now we have seen some examples on groups. So now let's see few more terminologies, few topics, and then we will move on to gate questions, and the last thing will be left is functions. So then it will be finally end to set theory and algebra. So now let's say this. Okay, so this is finite group. Let's take another color. So finite group, a group with a finite number of elements is called finite group. Okay, so this sounds very silly. Okay, we will do examples, actually gate questions and all we will do. So number of when it is finite, so it is finite group. Okay, so now this is called order of G, order of finite group. So order of group means number of elements present in a group. So let me write it down. Number of elements present in a group. Okay, so that is called the order of that particular group. Okay, so whenever any group is having only one element, then that element is actually, it becomes the identity element of itself. Okay, so I mean E, we have already seen E, identity element. Okay, so now let's see this example. So 0 plus. Okay, so anything we add 0 with anything, 0 is added how many times? It will be 0 only, because the set contains 0. 1, so 1 is star, anything 1 is multiplied with again and again, it will give you 1 only. So 1 and minus 1, let's see this. 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into minus 1 is 1, minus 1, sorry, minus 1, 1 into 1 is minus 1, minus 1 into minus 1 is 1. So this is closed. Okay, so this you can say this is closed under this multiplication. Okay, we will see more complex examples while we are solving gate questions. Okay, so this is a basic example. We will see more complex examples while we are solving gate questions, so we will be able to do answers. Okay, so now let's see next topic. Okay, so now let's see order of an element. We have already seen order of a group, so the difference between order of an element and order of group. So let's see now order of an element. So please focus here. So let G star be a group and A belongs to G, then order of the element. So A is our element here. Okay, A is the smallest positive integer n such that A to the power n is identity element. Okay, so with example it will be clear. See, A is an element here, so A to the power something which n, so this n, A to the power n is identity element. So this is the smallest integer n, so we have to take the smallest one of n, so you have to take the power of this, and we have to find its if it is identity element. Okay, so now let's see this example first. 1 and minus 1 star, so we have to find out order of 1. So now first things first is let's see this. Okay, so when multiplication is there, we have already seen multiplication, this our identity element is, so let's say E is 1. So how can we get 1 to the power C? If we have to find out order of 1 is 1, how? So anything to the power, see, 1 to the power 1 will be 1 only, not 0. Okay, so 0 is, see, 1 to the power 0, so it is not 0. Sorry, I missed it out. Okay, 0 cannot be possible because it is saying positive integers only. Okay, so 1 to the power 1 will be 1 only, so order of 1 will be 1. So 1 to the power 1 will give you 1 only. Okay, so now next is we have to find out order of minus 1. So order of minus 1, what will, see, minus 1, how many times you have to multiply so that we can get 1? So minus 1 into minus 1, so 2 times. Okay, so if we multiply minus 1, see, minus 1 to the power 2 will give you 1. So this is what we want. We have to find out the identity element. Okay, so now this is done. Next, see this. Okay, 1 omega square. So this is we have used in this in 12th standard. So I will just give you a brief. So the omega into omega is 1. Okay, so this is basically we have done it in 12th standard. So now let's see. So order of 1, so again it is multiplication, so our identity element is 1 only. So now order of 1 is 1, so 1 is given and we have to identity element is 1, so it is that. So next, order of omega. So order, how many times it has to be multiplied so that we can get 1? See, omega into omega into omega, this is giving us 1. So the order of this element is means omega to the power n is equals to 1. So this to the power is 3 here because 3 times it is multiplied. So this is 3. Okay. So next is omega square. So omega square. Okay. So now, sorry. So omega square to the power 3 will give you 1. Okay. So square is already there, so it will be also order 3. Okay. So this is basically the order of each element, and we have already seen order of group is the number of elements present in that group. Okay. So few more things. So order of element will be divide the order of group. Okay. So order of element can divide the order of group. So again another thing, order of A and A inverse will always be same. Okay. So next is cyclic group. So now let's see subgroups. Okay, so I actually told cyclic group, but subgroups is there. Then we have to see cyclic groups. Okay, so let's see subgroups. Okay, so let G star be a group and a subset H. So subset H is a subset of G. Is called a subgroup of G if H star is a group. Okay, so this is pretty easy. Okay, we have already seen subsets and everything so many times. So this if H can be a subset subgroup of G if H is a subset of G and H is a independent group. Okay, so then it is subgroup of this particular group G. So any subgroup which is not a trivial subgroup is called proper subgroup. Okay, so proper subset and the trivial ones, excluding the trivial ones, we can say this is proper subgroup. Okay, so now let's see an example. So this is an example. So this is a group which is already said that this is a group. Okay, so 1 minus 1 I and minus I. We wouldn't have to prove this is a group. It is already given this is a group. Then H is a proper subgroup. So H is a proper subgroup. The trivial ones are excluded, and here it is a proper subgroup here. So this will give you, if you check this is a group. So this will contain a group. So if you check all the things, algebraic structure, then semi group, then monoid, then group, if you check this, it will come as group, and hence it is a subset of this. H is a subset of G. This is a subgroup. Okay, proper subgroup. Now let's see some theorems. Okay, so let's see that. So now let's see theorems on subgroups. We have already seen subgroups. Now let's see some theorems. So theorem 1. So see, you can write it down now, but I mean with help of examples it will be clearer to you. Once we do examples it will be more clear to you. Okay, so let H be a non-empty subset of group this. Okay, so the group is given G star and H be a non-empty subset of group. Then H is a subgroup of G if and only if. Okay, so if IFF means if and only if A star B inverse belongs to H for all A B belongs to H. Okay, so let me read it out again. So H be a let H be a non-empty subset of G group. The group G is given and star is the binary operator. H is a subgroup of G if and only if A star B inverse belongs to H for all A B belongs to H. Okay, so now next theorem 2. So let H be a finite subset of group G star. H is a subgroup of G if and only if A star B belongs to H. Okay, so the difference, okay, this is not same, this is B inverse and here it is only B. Okay, so just don't mix it up. Okay, so now next, this is very very important. Okay, last year 2020 a question came, direct question came from this theorem. So just theorem, you use the theorem, you will get the answer directly, nothing to worry. Okay, so no need of calculation or anything, just direct answer. So remember this, I will do that question when we are solving GATE previous year's questions. Now for now focus on the theorem. So I am telling you this is very important. So now if H is a subgroup of finite group G star, then order of H is a divisor of order of G. Okay, so order of H is the number of elements present in H. So H is a group subgroup of group G. So H will contain number of elements something. So you have already seen order of some group is number of elements present. So H is a divisor of order of G. Okay, so the converse need not be true, means that if H is a divisor of G, it may not be a subgroup. Okay, so if it is a subgroup, then this is possible. Okay, so but the converse is may not be true. Okay, so now let's see cyclic group and then we will continue with questions. So now let's see, next is cyclic group. Okay, so let's see, a group G star is called a cyclic group if there exists an element A that belongs to G such that every element of G can be written as something like this, a to the power n. So for some integer n, so that A is called the generating element or generator. Okay, so in easy ways, so like आसान भाषा में is that if any element can generate all the other elements in that group by using power or whatever it is given. I mean power is just thing, but here you are using some modulo 4. I will explain you what is this. So if you can generate all the other elements in that particular group, then it is called generator of that group. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we have taken other examples, but let's see another example like this. So 0 1 2 3, so these are the elements present in the group and this is modulo 4. Okay, so what does modulo 4 mean? So you do addition, and whenever it reaches 4, you just take the modulus of this. So modulus, I hope you know, see we have done C programming and everything. So modulus means the remainder part, whatever it is, we will take that. Okay, so let's see. So 0 will never generate any other element. Okay, 0 plus 0, so 0 1 is 0, 0 2 is 0 plus 0 is 0. So 0 cannot be a generator. Okay, so now next is 1. So 1 to the power 1 is 1. 1 to the power 1 to the power 2 means 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 is generated. So 1 to the power 3 means 1 is added 3 times. So this is 3. So 1 to the power 4. So this is very important. 1 to the power 4 is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So total is 4. So when it reaches 4, it will take the modulus of 4. Okay. So 4 modulus 4 will give you 0. Okay. So 4, how it is coming, I am like telling, so it's okay. So 4 ones are 4 and now it is 0. So we modulus takes the remainder value. So this is 0. So you can see we have generated all the other elements. So 0 1 2 3 everything is generated. So 1 is generated. So now let's see if 2 is generated or not. So 2 to the power 1 is 2. 2 to the power 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. If we take the modulus, it is 0. 2 to the power 3 is 2 and 2 plus 6. 6 modulus 4 is 2, and then 2 to the power 4 is 2 to the 8, it's 2. So nothing is coming actually. So 2 is not our generator. So now next is 3. So 3 to the power 1 is 3, 3 to the power 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 modulus 4 is 2, 3 to the power 3, 3 to the power 3 is 3 into 3, actually 3 into 3 is added 3 times, actually 9, 9 modulus 4, 3 to 6 plus 3, 9, 9 modulo 4, 4 2s are 8, 1 is remaining 1. Then 3 to the power 4 is 12, 12 modulus 4 is 0. Okay, so 12 is multiple of 4, so this is 0. So 3 is also a generator because it is generating all 3 2 1 0, everything is generated. So 3 is generator. So I hope you have understood this. This is pretty easy. Questions may be asked from this. Actually I forgot, I have to check. Okay, so these are the things which are there in the syllabus. So I think one theorem is there, then we will call it a day. Now let's see this theorem on cyclic group. Okay, we have already seen cyclic group. Now let's see the theorem. So let G star be a cyclic group of order n. So order is n here with generator A. So generator also we have just seen is A. Then the number of generators in G is this. phi of n. So this is Euler's function. So means like so phi n, so number of divisors which are relatively prime to n, okay. Oh sorry, not divisors, I don't know what I was thinking. Numbers less than n which are relatively prime to n. So let's take an example here. So phi of 6, okay. So here phi of 6, so they are less than, our numbers are everything 1 2 3 5 4 5, so relatively prime will be 1 and 5, okay. So it will be coming down to as 2, so it will contain 2. So this is our Euler's function, okay. So this is number of generators in G is this Euler function phi of n. So now next, a to the power m is also a generator of G if GCD of m comma n is equals to 1, okay. So these two are basically a part of theorem. So we have seen. So now we will move on to gate questions, okay. So that will give you a lot of clarity. This is just the concept. With the help of practice you will get a lot of clarity. So now let's see gate questions.